What's up, everyone? My name is Keisha, and welcome back to my channel. I pray that you all are having a great and a blessed day so far today. Listen, if you have not already, subscribe to my channel, and if this video blesses you, feel free to like, comment, and even share it out to anybody else who you feel like may need this video as well. Today, I really and truly want to get to the heart posture and I want to say, get to the place that we need to get to in our journey with God, where we are really and truly embracing our weaknesses. Because oftentimes I think, show up in a way in our own strength, or trying to rather show up in a way in our own strength, and realizing that when we do this, we continue to fail and fall short. This is because there is a lot of things when it comes to walking with God that we are supposed to allow God and the work of the Holy Spirit to do in us, because we simply don't have it. And so, for an example, what I want to really bring about to you, for you to really understand what I'm saying, is that for those of you who are battling and struggling with sin, listen, the reason could be is that you are simply trying to do things in your own strength, is why you feel like no matter what you do, again, you feel like, I cannot overcome this thing. Like, I keep falling in the trap of it. Listen, when Jesus died, yes, we are free from sin. That was the reasoning when we come to him, right? We no longer are a slave to it. But the reason why a lot of people are still a slave to sin is because they have not yet surrendered to God the way that they're supposed to surrender to God. Because in you surrendering to God, he's going to do the work in you. Philippians 1:6 says that he who begins a good work in you will bring it to completion. That is the spiritual work. So whenever you are surrendered to God, he will work in you, as well as at the same time work out of you all things that need to be worked in and out of you. And it's not about, us getting it right, or having it all figured out. Listen, none of us are perfect, but we have to stay abiding, right? We have to stay locked in. We have to stay connected to the source, which is God, because he is the one who works in us, right? Hebrews also 13:21 says that God does a perfect work in us. So although we are human and we are not perfect, God still makes us perfect according to his will, according to his pleasure, according to how he made us before he formed us in our mother's womb. So God knows what to do to get us to that version of ourselves that we are supposed to be, the version that is free, the version that is not a slave to sin, the version that is in alignment with his purpose, the version that is walking in power and all authority that he has given. So you have to understand that in order for your spiritual journey and your life to reflect that you are really truly walking with God, it just boils down to surrendering. I hear so many people, always struggling with the same sin for years. And it's not to say that, breaking free of sin is just going to be easy, not necessarily. But there is something in just, again, letting go and really trusting God that Jesus' work on the cross was not in vain, right? And that what he says is true, to the point that, we really be able to release. And what Paul said, I boast in my infirmities, knowing that the power of God will be made manifest through my weaknesses. And so that's, again, what it's all about. Sometimes people who like to have it all and, have everything figured out, like to have control over everything, or just deem the strong person. It's okay to be weak. That's what I want to tell you too. It is okay to be weak. We don't have to be strong in every area. I am someone who am always considered the strong person, the strong friend, or whatever the case may be. But I too myself had to understand that with God, I don't always have to be strong. For the most part, God likes for us to be weak, because what can he do with a person who is always strong, with the person who just wants to be in control over everything. There is a limited amount of work that God can do in you, through you, and in your life with you being like that. And so, because I know that I'm not perfect, because I know, how I was, or the things that I struggle with, my battles and things of that nature. This is why I stay locked in with God. This is why, I go so hard when I speak about him, because I love him and I need him, and he loves me even more than I could possibly ever love him. But I have to stay connected to him. I have to, because without him, baby, listen, only God knows exactly where I will be. I have an inkling of where I will be without him. And because I have a thought, listen, I all the more makes me stay, connected and close to him as much as I can, because I don't want to live life without him. I don't want to be who I used to be. I don't want to be where I used to be. I don't want to do the things I used to do. So that's why I'm surrendered and I'm submitted and I'm allowing God to perfect me, because I want his best for me. And I want you all to want God's best for you too. Because we truly have to understand like what the best of God looks like for us and in our lives. Because if you had a thought that was of your own desire and of your own motives and flesh, what God has simply does not even compare. You can't even fathom God's best for you. So it is in your best interest to really and truly get to a place in your heart, in your relationship, in your walk with God, and allow him to do his work in you. And it's not up to us to finish what God started. Whatever God started, trust and believe that he will finish it.